No, I didn't. I hate hearing it in my ears. It's the fucking worst.
Hi, I'm John Morrison, and if you're wondering why my hair is so big, it's because it's full of secrets.
Oh, yeah, the secret of Mr. Tarashik over here, living life large on the couch, nice and actually on my recliner chair, nice and comfy. I didn't feel like setting up. I didn't feel like moving the desk because I got a new desk and I just built a couch. So I'm on the chair today, but I am part of the Purple Parrots. You can call me Kurt Fogg, and I am ready to not talk about WrestleMania. I'm so excited. Kay Murphy. Kay Murphy. Actually, can we talk about if we talk about WrestleMania? Can we talk about the finish of the Braun Strowman match? Because I already know it's going to be. Kay Murphy, what are you thinking?
Shane McMahon is gonna jump off the steel cage, and I'm gonna have a panic attack because I'm gonna get too high.
Of course you are. By the way, folks, sorry about the fact that I just muted myself throughout my entire intro, but it is what it is. You guys will understand when we have the audio stream going on as well. So, Kay Murphy, what else you got?
I'm ready to not talk about WrestleMania because apart from Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, I am mostly not compelled. And
even though you just talked about Braun Strowman and Shane?
It's going to give me anxiety. So did I ever tell you about my panic attack?
Which time, okay. You have a lot of them.
Mania 2016.
No, I don't think I know that one.
Shane jumped off the cage, and I smoked. I was with everyone I used to wrestle with, and I had a full-on panic attack and had to go. I had to go outside because I was not well. He jumped off the steel cage, and I was just like, "What the fuck?"
In 2016. Because
this is it was 2016.
That's the last time Undertaker moved really well.
That was that was 20. Yeah, it was 2016. That was Hell in a Cell, though, actually.
Because that was the year I was with NYWC. I had a show in Jersey in the morning, and then everyone that I was I worked with, we watched it at someone's house.
Yeah, okay. Who did you work with? It's no big names, right?
No, just MJF and John Silver and a few other people.
Johnny Hungy? You worked with Johnny Hungy?
Yeah, he's from Long Island.
I knew that, but I didn't know Kay worked with them.
Yeah, Kay also worked with Tony Nese.
Yeah.
I did know that. I think I knew MJF too, but I didn't know Johnny Hungy. Yeah, I might have to change my King of the Night right now. But
you're not.
Quick sideberg. I'm not going to. I know. Quick sideberg back to Braun and Shane. This because we got to talk about WrestleMania a little bit. Here's the finish. I'm calling it right now on March 29th, live on Twitch and YouTube at Kings of Wings podcast. So remember when he had a steel cage match with Kevin Owens?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he threw him off, and technically he lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what's gonna happen with Shane. He's gonna powerbomb him off the top of the cage through a table. Shane's gonna win because Braun lost because he's stupid. That's the story.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't understand,
And Shane gets his crazy bump.
Yeah, but all right, Raw's the show I pay attention to the least. Raw is the only I watch high out of my mind. I don't pay attention. I'm always doing other stuff. But what is the point of this whole Braun is stupid gimmick? Last night there was a report card on TV.
Yeah, it's because they can't say the R word.
And
they can't.
The R word is awful.
And Shane can't really do
much of anything these days.
Skits he would be able to do in the 90s per se, which would be what's the one I'm looking for? Oh, censored.
Yes, a lot of censorship going on in wrestling, allegedly that we know of. So let's get into the first topic right there. So news broke out. And people pretty much also...
That's a great
picture. Yeah. People pretty much found out that NBC Universal, who owns Peacock, the streaming service, which the WWE Network is officially on now, has been slowly but surely, and they confirmed it as well as WWE confirmed it, that they are... reviewing all of their content. By the way, the deal was done in January, but they're reviewing all of their content and either editing out or totally eliminating things that they quote unquote don't live up to their current standards. This has a lot of I don't like it for a lot of reasons, but this has the potential to be really bad because, like, in like my disaster thinking, well, you're gonna wipe out the whole Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. I mean, WWE kept Benoit on the network because it would just be impossible to edit him out.
Yeah,
And Benoit, we all know the story of Chris Benoit. How are they going? Is Val Venus going to be allowed? Like
barely.
certain things. Like, okay, they're starting off with WrestleMania 6, Roddy Piper, the half blackface. Fine.
Sure.
I get it. It's even. I honestly even think that's a stretch, but I'm not going to make an argument for blackface.
No, that's good start.
Please don't.
Good start.
But like Vince saying the N-word backstage.
Yeah, you can throw that away. That's kind of
Fine, but like, where's the line? There needs to be a line,
Yeah.
and that line is constantly moving. That's the issue with the whole idea of cancel culture to begin with. Like, for today, yeah, you should have those standards because the standards of today.
Yeah.
But back then, it was like, even up to 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it passed standards back then. It passed censors back then.
Yeah, it passed NBC's standards and censors because, like, Raw, the USA Network, for most part, besides when they went to TNN for a couple years, is owned by, like, USA Network is owned by NBC. So, like, it passed their own censors.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. I was like, you're just reviewing yourself. You're reviewing the things that you guys allowed a couple years ago. Granted, it's not the same thing that, it's not the same, standards and practices that you guys go by now because obviously times have changed and all of that. But my fear here, Kate Murphy, also is that is that you're losing a lot of wrestling history. And there's a history, history lesson on history is that history is written by the winners. Obviously.
The main issue I feel like is, apart from erasing wrestling history, if you just put a disclaimer in front of any matches or any programs in general that are questionable for 2021 standards, like Disney did it, South Park made fun of it, just say, this was wrong then, it is wrong now, we have kept this to, preserve historical integrity, and let this be like an educational experience, because not for nothing, we're gonna have to teach our children about racism. They're gonna learn about it in school and in the world.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up, because that really is a main point here. If you just erase this stuff, you're not going to know why it was bad in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, for example, right? One of the most famous skits of the Attitude Era is DX impersonating the Nation.
Yes. Oh my God, there's a lot of blackface there.
I forgot about that.
That's going to be cut. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Which it probably shouldn't be, because one, it's a great skit. It's a great bit. He's about the crock is cooking. You got
Didn't X-Pac impersonate Mark Henry? And I think
yes, but also,
oh no,
yeah,
but
it
also
was.
back,
I remember it was funny.
I still have the network. I should look for it.
It's hilarious. And remember, back then, there's stories being told that they ran it by the Nation,
and it was
right?
cool. They were cool with it,
and they were cool with it. So it passed standards. And let's also not forget, it's TV. It's characters. It's not real. It's not like Sean Waltman did it on his own without any writing or script. It's television.
Yeah.
And talk about hypocrisy from NBC. They're gonna get rid of all this, but Hulk Hogan is gonna be your host.
Bro.
And that wasn't Hulk Hogan in character. That was Terry Bollea, the man.
Yeah, it was.
So that's different. That's way different.
Yeah, it was. That was totally Hulk.
So how soon before they take off WrestleMania 37 from Peacock because they had, fuck, Hulk Hogan's in it?
I don't know what the line is, and it's one of those things.
What are their standards? Did they specifically stay with their content standards?
It was more of an
whatever
umbrella
their terms of service are. They had the promise. You can't define it. The thing is censoring stuff like this. It's impossible to actually do.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point from Kavita here in our chat. If you see our chat on the bottom left of your screen, by sweeping it under the rug, pretending it didn't happen, you're not learning from the past.
and you're leaving it open to happen again.
Correct. History repeats itself if you don't learn from it. And, so you have to have as much as a comprehensive look back at history so not to do this stuff again. And I think having the Attitude Era there, with, your bra and panties matches, with somebody getting their dick cut off because of Kai and Tai, which was a crazy segment in and of itself, you have to have those things there. So that it doesn't happen again. Like, I would not want to see a bra and panties match in this day and age. I don't think it's going to happen, but you have to be like, hey, this happened, we don't do this anymore.
I wouldn't mind seeing a bra and panties match, to be honest.
Of course you wouldn't.
It's good.
Yeah.
Dude.
Half the Divas era is going to be gone.
Those matches were entertaining. I didn't watch wrestling back then, but from the clips you see, it's like, damn, I wish I did watch, because that was a target audience. The target audience was men 18 to 30. Mm-hmm. What do men 18 to 30 want to see?
Bra and panties
matches.
Today's
audience is more younger. They want to see, like, what WWE is showing you with their women is what people want to see. There's still a portion of the crowd, sure, would love to see bra and panty matches and more sex appeal, but that's not what's selling right now. What's selling is the actual competition.
Yeah, it's the athleticism. It's the equality and all of that stuff. Interesting. Interesting.
As a gay child, I too liked bra and panties matches.
Thank you, Kay. All right. Slight pushback from CWF Network. He says, how will we learn? I can Google X-Pac blackface and easily find it. Even when Peacock deletes stuff, it's not like we can't find the reason.
Oh yeah, media is forever. If it's recorded, it's forever.
Yeah, true. But
even if you remove it from streaming services, someone's gonna have a screen cap.
Sure.
See if media. I'll ask you a question there. Why are you okay with NBC Universal, or whatever the company is, the parent company, telling you what is and isn't okay for you to watch? You're an adult, I'm assuming.
Yes.
You can self-censor yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a parent, you can put parental locks on what your kids can and can't watch.
I kind of wish they did parental locks for the WWE content. I think that fixes every problem.
It should be.
Like, I wouldn't let my kid watch Royal Rumble '99 with that Rock and Mankind match.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain things of wrestling. Eddie Guerrero when he bladed too deep and he bled all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things I wouldn't let my kid watch.
I wasn't allowed to watch it at all growing up.
But as an adult, I should be able to choose whether or not I want to watch it.
Remember when Snitsky punted a baby?
Yeah, that's probably gonna be taken off.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it was a fake baby. Or like, what do you do with Triple H and the Katie Vick segment?
Yeah, Stephanie McMahon was kidnapped by a dead guy.
Stephanie McMahon has gotten like her ass slapped on TV. She made out with Bischoff. What was it? John Cena. Like, what do you do with Word Life John Cena? He was vulgar as hell.
Steve Austin was crucified.
Yes. How did I forget Steve Austin was crucified?
Like, there is something out there that will offend someone, no matter what you do. Sure. This conversation is going to offend someone. It's inevitable. Mm-hmm. But you know what? If this conversation offends you, you can go and turn it off and come back in a half hour. I won't be offended. I understand.
Yeah.
You can self-censor.
Yeah. Well, I like it. What about the Lead-In Edge live sex celebration?
Yeah.
Gone.
Or
Gone.
Trish barking like a dog to the Trish and Vince segment.
So what's the point of even having the network then? What's the point of buying it for the new stuff? No, I bought the network really for the old stuff. The new stuff was a plus.
People have a network for the backlog and the library.
Yeah, you're literally muting the most popular time in wrestling. There were time in the Attitude Era where 10 million people were watching back and forth between Raw and Nitro.
It was making Entertainment Tonight every week.
Yeah,
it was one of the most talked about things in the world. At least.
What about Eugene? Is Eugene gonna get cut?
I don't. Is Eugene gonna get cut? What about like the Nation of Domination? Is that too radical?
Yeah.
For this day and age.
Some of the promos Ron Simmons cut on Vince McMahon on TV on Raw. He cut a promo. Ron Simmons did.
Yeah.
On Vince saying you are holding down black athletes.
Yeah.
Is that going to get cut?
I don't know.
Did either of you get the email with the survey from the network?
No, I didn't. What was the survey say?
I did. So they're talking like the network still exists.
Because
is going to exist.
the network does
Which
exist, just not in the
like,
U.S.
So they were asking me, like, the questions were like, why did you subscribe to the network? And like asking like your favorite shows. So I made sure I put like ECW and like women's stuff.
Yeah.
And they were suggesting like, what do you suggest in the future for the WWE network? And I'm like, well, not censoring your product would be nice. And also bring back Evolution, please.
Do you mean the pay-per-view, not the faction?
Yeah,
I hope you describe that in your survey.
I should have, but like
they're gonna
bring them both.
They're gonna see your survey. They're like, well, they wanted Evolution back.
Oh, and I asked for queer representation, more queer representation.
So just more Sonya Deville at this point.
Well, yes, but I would like other avenues. I want more queer people to be signed by WWE.
That might be censored if it doesn't live up to their standards and practices.
Hey, that's gonna offend all the Catholics.
Is NBC been run by Catholics?
I don't know.
Oh God,
that's call Mitt Romney.
Oh my God.
He's a Mormon. But
that's right, he is Mormon, isn't
he? Ricky, you mentioned that we talk about this. Could the Nation of Domination exist today?
We've said that even outside of this, yeah.
The answer is no. The Nation of Domination could not exist today, which is a shame because what came out of the Nation of Domination?
You had The Rock. You had
The Rock.
Well, Ron Simmons.
That's it. Stop.
Okay.
Stop. That's it.
I was going to say Mark Henry.
The Rock alone.
Mark Henry's a world champion.
Rock.
D'Lo Brown is a great mid-carder.
If you didn't have the Nation of Domination, like without having a gimmick like that today,
yeah,
you were leaving out the opportunity to have someone like The Rock.
Yeah.
Now, the Attitude Era itself was a very edgy content, meaning they were doing what they did on purpose.
They were pushing the envelope.
Most of the people who did this were heels. Roddy Piper was a heel.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't do it because they thought it was the right thing to do. They did it because it was good heat. They did it because they knew it was the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
It would make the crowd boo and hate Roddy Piper. But they also assumed people were fucking adults and could tell the difference.
Yeah, because the cat was out of the bag after a steroid scandal. So
yeah.
So it is what it is. Well, shout out to my man Brandon Gamba, who can't spell my name right, and we're not opening up Diz's again because one, you can't spell my name right. Anywho, and does the Die Rocky Die promo get erased? Or anything that The Rock did when he was The Rock. Like all the times he accosted like Lillian Garcia backstage talking about pie.
Right? Stone Cold, the dark history of Stone Cold, he was married to Deborah, and allegedly he beat her up.
Yeah. What about the Brian Pillman segment, one of the biggest segments in the history of wrestling?
How about all of ECW?
Yeah.
I will be shocked if ECW makes it through.
Have you guys ever seen some of the Dudley Boys promos?
They were pretty ridiculous. I mean, there was also...
Oh, God. But you know what it did? It drew so much heat. And it was incredible television.
Question: is New Jack anywhere on the network at all?
And on the WWE network, yeah, he was all over it.
Oh boy! So
he will not be on Peacock.
New Jack will not probably be on Peacock at all, and I don't blame him. Like we don't have to have New Jack on. Like New Jack's extreme.
No, but those ECW stuff, it's incredible. It's wrestling. It's wrestling history, and people, me in general, like to watch it.
Yeah,
I love ECW. It's trashy. It's terrible, but I love it.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, Pillman Got It Gun was censored to an extent when it first came on, but it was still crazy talked about. It's kind of funny, speaking of history repeating itself, because this happened before. So remember. Well, you weren't around, but they've talked about this a lot on DX during the Attitude Era and all the crazy shit that was going on. WWE got a letter from the USA Network talking about they had to
and they read the letter.
They read the letter. They shitted on the letter in kayfabe, and then NBC came back and was like, "We loved it. Keep going."
Yeah, yeah. I bet that's going to be censored.
Which sucks. That was a great segment too.
Yeah, WWE tried doing that today, but they just made it Retribution instead, and it didn't work.
Oh my God, Retribution, such a failed storyline with so much potential.
Yo, all these failing factions on Raw, it makes me sad.
Well, Retribution's only failed. The Hurt Business was good, and then they just decided that we're going to end it. But
broke them up for no reason.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Any other comments? It's been a very great discussion, and thank you guys for commenting on our stream here on the bottom left, especially CWF Network. I actually kind of want to bring CWF Network and Will in like a Wrestler's Court segment. Maybe we should just bring back Wrestler's Court.
We should. Why don't we?
Yeah, that's true. We don't. No one's gonna censor us. There's no copyrights for that one, is there, Will?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll find
we'll
out.
figure it out. So yeah, I don't know where this is gonna end. I hope they come to their senses and figure out that they should just put like a rating thing, or like you said, Kay, putting like a little disclaimer, being like the following content, depicts this, blah 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 blah, whatever it is. But let's move along because there's a lot of non-wrestling things to talk about, like a whole shitload of people getting into the Hall of Fame, like this great guy, Kane. Finally gets inducted into the Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2021, and they announced the Undertaker announced it on the bump, the thing that WWE likes to laud as like their weird talk show. So, Kay, what are your thoughts on Kane getting in?
Like I'm happy and he's deserving, but when is Taker going in?
When he wants to. Taker's gonna go and come in like a crowd.
What do you mean when he wants to?
He just retired, Kay.
Why would you not want to go to the Hall of
Let the
Fame?
man live for once.
I am letting him live.
Let him live in peace and solitude for a little bit. Here's the big question.
If it's his choice, then I'll accept it. But if it's not, then I will not.
Oh, it's definitely the Undertaker's choice. Trust me. Here's the big question here, Will. Does Kane do his speech in his Kane outfit?
Oh yes.
That's actually pretty good again.
I want to hear that too. I want to hear Paul Bearer in this like they did for when Paul Bearer was inducted, obviously.
Yeah.
But I hope they do like some kind of Paul Bearer tribute. Yeah, I think he's in character. I think he wears the mask. I think why not, dude?
just like he wore the outfit to Taker's retirement.
A suit with the mask would be amazing.
Yeah, I like suit with the mask.
He's probably not going to wear the mask.
What if he comes out as Isaac Yankem?
Oh my God.
Oh.
No, he's gonna phone in from his office in Tennessee.
Knox County.
In Knox County.
So he doesn't have to wear a mask. But who knows? All right. So next person up here, a very controversial one. Suits and Masks are a classic luchador combo, very true CWF Network, which gained a lot of ire from the IWC. So take that with a grain of salt. The Great Khali is inducted.
He's totally deserving.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be?
I don't know. I'm not the IWC. I just, I'm in disguise in the IWC. I think he deserves it. My argument for the Great Khali is just this. Doesn't matter about the in-ring content whatsoever that he did. Yes, he was a world champion. Yes, they kind of pushed him to the moon. He really couldn't wrestle. He was really funny in The Longest Yard.
He was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And with the Hall of Fame, and I think, Will, you can attest this probably more so than Kay because we're big sports guys, is that when you look at the Hall of Fame, and other Hall of Fames that are like actual legitimate sports, it's supposed to be about the numbers. WWE has a little bit more of a leeway here because the numbers really don't matter. And in this Hall of Fame, it's more so about your impact on the business. Sometimes you do that too. Yeah, sometimes you do that in like your sports Hall of Fames too. And there's some people who got in who don't deserve to get in, or people who are left out that deserve to get in. Looking at you, Baseball Hall of Fame. But the Great Khali's impact on the world of wrestling, on the country of India, is astronomical.
Yeah. I was going to say, why does he deserve it? One word: India.
Yeah,
that's the answer. You know how much money he brought the company just from India?
That man is a god in India.
Like remember when he came back with Jinder's match and they had the picture of him holding the belt upside down?
Yeah.
You know why they did that?
Why?
Because he broke major news in India. His picture was everywhere of him holding that goddamn title. He is a god in that country.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he deserves it. He's an international megastar. The Bushwhackers are in it, right? Khali deserves to be in.
I forgot the Bushwhackers are in it.
Oh. See? The Bushwhackers. See? Anyone probably shouldn't be in it. It's probably the fucking Bushwhackers.
Yeah, no, the Great... I can't wait. I want to know who inducts the Great Khali.
Ranjan Singh.
Sure, that's fine with me. I'm interested to see what his speech is like. Hi, take yours. I'm the Great Khali. Like, how big is that mic gonna, like, how's that mic thing? He's gonna have to bend down?
Maybe they'll give him a wireless microphone to hold. Since he's so big.
Maybe.
How are they doing the Hall of Fame? Are they going to be there in
I
person?
don't know.
Is it virtual?
Is it a virtual thing? Good thing we're recording that day.
They could do a Thunderdome and this
Thunderdome works.
a bunch of the legends and people in the crowd. You could do it. They could do it. They're doing 25,000 people in a stadium.
Yeah.
They can
I think
do.
it's pre-taped though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
They're doing it. They're doing it this week. I think they can do a few hundred people in an arena. They're going to the Yingling Center anyway after this contract is
Wow,
up.
way to steal it.
So,
we were going to talk about that. Thanks, Will.
well, sorry.
Yeah.
But so they have an arena. They can just shoot it in.
Yeah.
You can have people in the company. So it's a COVID risk maybe, but it's people in the company. So who cares?
Yeah, and so like I want them to do what they did at the Mania in New York. Before not the Bret Hart guy attacking Bret, not that moment, but like have them do like their classic walk to the ring and do the speech in the ring. Like that's a cool look.
Yeah, I really did like that. And Ricky, I remember we talked about this the first time when it came down. It's like they get that one last walk down to the ring.
Exactly, one final time to do your entrance. It's really cool. Moving
The symbolism. Ugh.
Yes, potheads be happy because
Here we go.
everybody's favorite. What's going?
Oh, effing show!
What's going on, Mr. Frets? Thanks for joining. Yes, the whole effing show. The most famous pothead wrestler of all time, Matt Riddle's father. I'm joking. RVD got selected to the Hall of Fame, and my only question is, how high is not Matt Riddle? Is RVD going to be during his speech?
How high is he? Hey, Matt, Matt Riddle. Fuck.
It's okay. He botched like a maniac this week on the show.
Bro, I can't. He sounds like Will sounding like Matt Riddle. It's terrible. The shit he says.
I'm just confused, bro. Like when I kick my standards off in the that's not Matt. I don't know. I don't know why I can't do Matt Riddle right now. But where'd the birds come from?
I don't know where the birds came from.
Why did they give him birds?
I don't know.
And they're like, "You okay, Matt Riddle?" He goes, "Yeah, they checked me before." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I
They
can't."
checked me before, bro. I'm good.
Yeah,
RVD is going to be so high that
with his scantily clad
I'm trying
women.
to think- Yes.
Here's my question. What's the promo package going to be? Because all of it's going to be censored because it's all ECW.
That's a good point.
Him walking down the
It's
ramp.
just gonna be him doing RVD all the whole time. 30 seconds of this.
His theme song's one of a kind. You can only watch one of his matches on the card.
Yeah, I mean, RVD totally deserves it. He's a big ECW guy, which I think will pave the way for more ECW guys to get in.
Oh, he is ECW's greatest export.
Really, besides Eddie Guerrero and you can't.
Eddie, they don't count. They were in there for such a short time.
All right, so you don't count Steve Austin either then.
No,
Okay.
he was there for a cup of coffee. He never wrestled a match in ECW, so no, I don't count Steve Austin.
Dean Malenko.
I don't count Rey Mysterio. I don't count Dean Malenko. They were there. If you watched ECW on TV, they were only there for like 2 episodes, so no, they don't count. Rob Van Dam was there for years. He was their biggest star. Went on to be the biggest star.
The whole effing show.
Let's include Paul Heyman. But Rob Van Dam is ECW's greatest talent. 'Cause if you can find his matches in ECW, him and Sabu as a tag team, his character, the promos he cut were going to be censored because he was such a great heel. He was so cocky and an asshole, but he had the in-ring work and versatility to back it up way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
RVD is the best thing to come out of ECW. He's so good, people forget he was there.
RVD was crazy. I mean, this all could open the door for like Sabu to get in.
Sandman.
I don't know about Sandman. That's a bit of a stretch.
Taz, Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer especially. Well, Tommy Dreamer is also
Stevie Richards, Raven.
It'll be a long time before Raven gets in, but Raven deserves his due. Raven was a great character.
Him in '96 was his title run, so you can't watch this anymore because it's censored. In 1996, the storyline with him and Sandman was, well, first of all, he brought in Kimono Wanalea, which you can't find that anymore because she'll be censored. And he had her as like his rag doll, and eventually he brought in Sandman's ex-wife and Sandman's kid into the story.
Really?
And Sandman's ex-wife, cut these crazy promos. What ECW did was do all their promos in like a 10-minute block
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the show with like surfer music. It was the weirdest thing ever. But it was so good, and the storyline was so dark and crazy and good. Like there's a segment in like November where Sandman's kid comes in the ring. He's like wearing the jammies like Sandman wears, and he goes to hug him, and Sandman hugs him. By the next time they stop hugging, so the kid does the Raven pose, like the arms up like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then Raven comes in with a cane and canes him in the back of the dome. And you're just like, oh my God, this stuff is so edgy. It's so crazy. It's like, who booked this shit? But it's so amazing because it's like, you can never do this today. And now you're never going to see it.
Which is a shame. So RBD, I hope RBD will just give somebody a Van Damme name just for shits and gigs.
Oh, and all that passed censors, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Moving on. Just announced today, before we recorded this show, William Shatner is going to be in the celebrity wing and part of the 2020 Hall of Fame class, not the 2021.
I forgot him last year.
The 2020 Hall of Fame class. I was looking up the other day. William Shatner's like 90 years old.
I forgot. I thought he was already in the Hall of Fame.
I forgot about his influence on wrestling, which is I think beyond.
I forget his influence in wrestling. What did he do?
He was a guest when he was a lot more popular. I mean, who hasn't been like a guest on like Raw?
Yeah, but like okay.
He was a guest host.
He was a guest host, right? During like the guest host era.
Yeah, great era. I loved it.
So that's why in our Patreon chat, when it was mentioned he was being inducted, my response was dead ass because.
Oh, that was your response that was what that was for?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Like, I honestly didn't remember him in wrestling. So, like, I thought it was a joke.
No.
April Fool's Day is in, like, 2 days.
It's so real. I mean, I can look up why is William Shatner in the Hall of Fame? Let's find out. What does their release say? So, WWE.com's release about this, it says, Shatner is beloved by millions around the world for his iconic portrayal of James T. Kirk, captain of the USS Enterprise on Star Trek, as well as motion picture series. He also starred in T.J. Hooker, was the host of Rescue 911, won Emmys and Golden Globes, blah, 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 blah. He made his first trek into WWE in early 1995. He appeared as a special guest on Jerry Lawler's King's Court. Shatner didn't take too kindly to Lawler's badgering and sent the King flying with a monkey flip. Shatner returned to Raw 1 week later to be in Bret the Hitman Hart's corner for a showdown with Jeff Jarrett. When Road Dogg, by the way, very happy Road Dogg is home. Yeah. He's home. He's home. Yeah, he got released from the hospital. Road Dogg had a heart attack, but he got released from the hospital. I think today. When Road Dogg got a little too close to the action, Shatner decked him with a big right hand and rammed him into the turnbuckle. Let's see what else happened. Shatner came back as a special guest host in February 2010 on Raw. And they talk about what he's been doing recently. He does something on the History Channel, so on and so forth. So that's the William Shatner backstory of WWE. So he's in.
He's Captain Kirk, dude. Of course he gets
in. Of course.
Hooray. Of course. Live long and prosper, Captain.
Yeah, for as long as he... Kirk, right? Yeah, yes. James T. Kirk, Captain Kirk. Yes. Or you can do like, it's Vader too. So I like this more as Vader.
Oh, it's time. It's time.
It's Vader time. Or for you hip hop heads, this is Star Trek for with NERD's production company. Anywho, moving on to something else that was also released or dropped this week is that WWE has as a multi-year partnership with DraftKings, which you can legally bet on wrestling now. Congratulations!
Yay!
I wonder what the bets are gonna be. Because if it's who's gonna win this match, I'm gonna make a lot of money.
Well, they mentioned a lot in their release about free-to-play pools, so I'm guessing you can just bring in people together. And create your own pools and stuff, so maybe that's the thing. I don't know if Canada can take part in DraftKings. Do they have DraftKings in Canada?
Probably not. Mr. Fratz gets shafted out of every good WWE opportunity, and it makes me really sad for him.
Wow, all right, before we go back, there's a great Hall of Fame suggestion that CWF Network came up with. He says, induct Macho Man into the Hall of Fame, but have Jay Lethal accepted as Black Machismo.
Have Ric Flair induct him, they can do a woo-off again. The best thing TNA's ever done was that woo-off.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm very happy. I'm very excited for WWE and DraftKings to do a big partnership together.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
I think there's a lot of money in it if done correctly. Their first event is WrestleMania. Surprise, surprise.
It's a lot of money to lose. This partnership's not going to last too long.
Yeah, but it's also the crazy thing because in the weird conspiracy theorist part of my brain here. This could be a way for WWE to figure out who everybody thinks is going to win and then change it at the last second.
God. See, that's why betting on wrestling is scary. Here's the thing. It's like that's why I'm cautiously optimistic about this because it's way too easy to rig.
Yeah.
One way or the other. Like it's too easy to because if you have a contact in marketing, like some people on podcasts do, like Andrew Zarian from Mad Men could make a killing.
Absolute killing.
Doing this.
Absolute.
This other guy I listen to from the United Kingdom who I used to get my wrestling betting tips from, he is going to make a killing already. He already makes a killing, but now he can make even more of a killing because he has contacts in the company.
Yeah.
And from the reverse side, WWE could be like, oh, we're going to lose how much money? Flip the result.
Yeah. Exactly. What's the over-under for Nash messing up his quads? It's a good question. I'd put that on DraftKings. So it's optimistic. There could be a lot of potential. I want to try it out. Like I want to get our Patreon people together. Maybe we'll do a pool and we can just steal all of our money. So thank you, Patreon people.
I'll steal all your money.
Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah, we'll do so. I'll fiddle with it. I'm not always the betting man, but I'll dabble here and there.
I only bet if I know I'm going to win.
Oh, Mr. Fred said DraftKings.
I do not gamble.
DraftKings does work in Canada apparently. Oh, speaking of apparently, here's Slack.
Oh God!
Boo.
Hi.
Can we do a DraftKings pool for Slack?
Can we
What are
censor
we
Slack?
betting on?
Censor Slack.
Everything I said about NBC, I take it back as long as we can censor Slack.
I would so censor Slack if we had
Slack is a 5-letter word, y'all.
Yeah. What's the over-under on Rid pulling a sit again? Oh, let's say hi. So we are going to talk about WrestleMania a little bit, but here's what I found out about WrestleMania. We actually are doing a lot of different safety protocols that they just released the other day, so I'll let you guys know what they are. None of us are going to WrestleMania that we know of. Fretz isn't even going to WrestleMania. Spoiler alert, Fretz never goes to WrestleMania. But here are some of the rules. Yeah. Well, he can't. That is one of my goals in life, Fretz, is to get you the Mania. We're going to make a documentary called Finding Fretz. Not like Finding Forrester, but Finding Fretz.
Finding Nemo, Finding Forrester, Finding Fretz.
It's what it's going to be. So here's some of the big things that you have to do to get into the stadium and be a part of WrestleMania as a fan. So you have to fill out a waiver and a health questionnaire. WWE is going to send a waiver to a ticket purchaser via email, and you're going to have to fill that out. And let me see, health questionnaires will only be available on event day starting at midnight. You're going to have to wear a mask, obviously. You're going to have to do a temperature check, social distancing. There's a cashless transaction policy, so all of your purchases are going to be completely cashless. Obviously, enhanced cleaning and sanitization. It's going to be 100% mobile ticketing, so no actual tickets. It's going to be mobile tickets on your cell phones. Tickets won't be available at the stadium box office, touchless scanners, the pod seating, which they talked about. Here's something interesting. No bag policy whatsoever.
No bag?
No bag policy, including clear and plastic bags, will be in effect.
Oh, no.
That's weird.
Guess...
Like, you were reading this off, I was like, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense. Yeah, weird, but makes sense. What? Excuse me? Come again? A bag?
Guests will only be permitted to bring one small clutch purse, no larger than 4.5 by 6.5.
What about condoms? Those are bags.
that actually might. I think that fits the measurement requirement.
Right? It's like stuffing your merch in a giant condom.
Like a magnum.
Yeah. Prepaying for parking, obviously. Tailgating not permitted, which is kind of shitty because like some of the best parts of WrestleMania is tailgating.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
We got there at Metzen early.
Getting high with Will at MetLife at Mania is one of my favorite things.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty good.
So also, I don't know why they had to put this disclaimer in. But it said, please be advised that tickets to WrestleMania 2020 will not be honored for this event.
Legal reasons, that's why.
That's true. Because
Oh.
I did think about it halfway through. I was like, wait, I do have tickets to WrestleMania in Tampa. It's like,
It doesn't say WrestleMania 37. It doesn't. Well, it has a date on it, so that the ticket has a date on it. So there you go.
yeah, that's true. It does have a
Well, I
date.
mean, I'm one of those people that had My Chemical Romance tickets
Yeah.
for 2020,
Mm-hmm.
and my tickets for that are being honored for 2021. Fingers
Wow.
crossed it doesn't get canceled again.
It's
Yeah.
gonna get canceled again. Watch just for you. It's gonna get censored. Is what's gonna happen.
Shut the fuck up.
They got.
I've been waiting
Okay,
10
hey,
years for
no
this.
face paint, no face paint. I don't care. I don't care if it's green. No. The Jolly Green Giant's gonna be offended.
What? Jolly Green Giant.
That's
I don't know. I don't know where that came from. Sometimes my mind just comes up with shit.
Oh my god. So, as a lot of people have just found out, Thunderdome is moving. They're going to be pre-recording the All But Go Home episodes, I think, this week. And they're moving. They're staying in Florida, and they're, like, exacerbating all of their other stadiums. So they're going to college. They're going to college. They're going to the University of South Florida
Hooray.
and the Yingling Center. How a...
Wait, that's what this
Yes,
is?
it's on the University of
Wait,
South Florida.
A university has a building called the Yingling
Yes,
Center?
it's named after one of the oldest beers in America. Yes, I know.
That's the most college thing I've ever heard since Hofstra had Weed Hall.
Hofstra had what?
It's
Hofstra had Weed Hall.
Yeah.
Wait, oh no.
Yeah. So yeah, the WWE, the Thunderdome lives on in the Yingling Center, but like I'm trying to think, like, they're running out of arenas to do this in.
Yeah, well, because sports are back,
Sports
right?
are
You know,
back.
basketball's back, baseball's back,
Hockey.
hockey's back, so all the buildings are being used, and typically under normal circumstances, these venues are booked months ahead.
Yeah.
So they can't find openings.
Mhm.
And Vince wanted to tour after WrestleMania. He wanted to go back on a touring
I'm not
schedule.
surprised.
But because of COVID, he still can't do that.
Yeah.
I heard end of 2021, like fourth quarter, will be when WWE starts touring again.
Fours in the
Yeah,
air.
SummerSlam's probably gonna have a full audience.
Yeah.
And in the fall, Vince wants to have a full MSG.
He wants to go MSG to come back. He would.
Yeah,
he would.
Vince wants to be part of the New York City revival.
Of course he does, because that's a marketing genius right there. That's a smart as fuck.
I hate it.
And you know what? I don't hate
New
it.
York City revival. New York's not dead, you fucking
New
asshole.
New
York's
dead as
dead.
fuck.
New York's dead.
New York sucks.
Although, as Bill Burr said,
Well, yeah, you're straight. Of course it sucks.
although as Bill Burr
In
said,
New York,
okay, New York,
alive.
as Bill Burr said on Saturday Night Live, Rick Moranis got punched in the face, so I guess New York is back after all.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
Isn't it great? With all the heat Cuomo had, he decided to open shit up and legalize weed. Oh, we love Cuomo again.
Well, I think the legalization of weed was coming in the first place.
Yeah, but nothing gets heat off your back like legalizing weed.
Yeah, because everybody just chills the fuck out after that, you know.
I can't
We
wait.
should have had Yinglings for this episode. Will. I should have told you guys we were doing something at the Yingling Center.
I should have thought about it. I should have brought my Stein. I was thinking about going to buy beer, but like I was too busy today and I didn't want to walk across the street.
I thought
I don't think Yingling has an NA.
Yingling's
So I would not do
amazing.
that.
NYC Revival, I thought Billy Graham... Fretch, you're old. Jesus Christ.
Hi, I'm John Morrison, and if you're wondering why my hair is so big, it's because it's full of secrets.
Oh, absolutely. So many
That's such a great line.
Yes.
It made me so happy.
So we're going to take a quick break and, take a bathroom break, do all of that hot shit. When we come back, we're actually going to talk about a little bit of wrestling that's going on this week. We're going to be really quick about that. And the IWGP revealed their new World Heavyweight title, and we're going to have a lot of opinions about it. So all of that when...
It was so shiny.
Yeah, all of that when we come right back. Oh,
All right.
yeah, we are going to go right back right now. There it is.
Hi, I'm John Morrison, and if you're wondering why my hair is so big, it's because it's full of secrets.
And
I want to know what those secrets are. What is he hiding in that hair?
not how to dress, obviously.
It was gorgeous hair,
Yes,
though. He looked great.
he looked questionable. Welcome back, folks, to the second half of episode 242 of the Right to Censor KOTR podcast, Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Willie T, the Purple Parrot, and Kay Murphy. Kay, aren't you? Are you a Rugrat today?
The Purple Parrot.
I am all the Nicktoons.
Prove it.
Kay is my childhood.
I am your childhood, ladies.
Kay, my
gentlemen,
childhood is
and
on your
ladies.
chest right now.
So
Get it?
So awkward.
My entire childhood rests upon my chest. How does that feel?
That's so awkward to hear.
It's okay. Me and Karen love, so it's okay.
Yeah, we are.
Mwah.
Oh, I love you.
Hey, Ricky, do you know me and Kay have a date on Saturday?
No, yeah, do you? Where you guys going?
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
What? Oh, Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E.
There we
Cheese.
go. I was like, what?
It took me a second, too. I was like, Charles. I was thinking of Ricky's
Yeah,
Charles.
no.
Yeah, we're going to Georgia to see Charles without you.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'll tell him you're coming. I got Charles a PS5 the other day, so he's fine.
What do you mean? Oh, you
He is
sourced.
such a good friend.
No, I didn't pay for it. He paid for it. I just had my Connect get him a
That's
PS5.
when you sourced it.
Yeah, I got him a PS5. So if you guys need a PS5, I'm your man. Anywho,
You're like a drug
I'm
dealer.
not. Listen, there is a demand, and I know how to get the supply. It's all it is. Speaking of Charles Entertainment Cheese, I did have a former colleague of mine who used to play the Rat. Chuck E. Cheese is
Oh my
like a
God,
side
that must be
show.
terrible.
It was.
That talented rat is your friend?
Apparently. Freds, don't do it, whom I'm not getting you. I'm not getting you a PS5, Freds. Anywho, over in Japan, they debuted.
Steppies on my shirt, Mr. Fretz.
Is
It's
it
all the
really?
way at the bottom.
Oh, nice.
It's literally every Nicktoon from the 90s you can think of.
Yeah. Which is funny because, like, when you think of Ren and Stimpy, and speaking of Right to Censor, they should have censored Ren and Stimpy. Like, there's no reason I should have been watching this.
But they're on Paramount, bitch.
They're
not on Peacock.
Do you remember?
Give it
However,
a few
complaint
months.
Yeah.
about Paramount with censoring because they on Amazon Prime, where I used to be able to watch RuPaul's Drag Race, it was uncensored and they didn't bleep out the curses. On fucking
Ooh.
Paramount, they bleep them out, and I find it rude.
Well, okay, if you learned anything from Ren and Stimpy about censorship, is that you do not whiz on the electric fence.
I raised you with a happy, happy, joy.
Happy, happy, joy.
Happy, happy, joy.
Happy, happy, joy.
Sing a happy, 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 happy song. Sing a happy, 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 happy song.
All right,
Sing
children. All right, you Nicktoons.
Nickelodeon.
I'm acting like I didn't.
Do you have it?
Guts, yeah, I'm acting like I didn't grow up on Nicktoons. Anywho, we have, over on the other side of the world, New Japan Pro Wrestling revealed their IWGP World Heavyweight title, the new one, which is the unification of the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, and it looks like what you see right there.
It looks like a Beyblade, dude.
It's
It
looks ridiculous.
looks like
I don't know.
this is giving me. I have a really oddly specific memory that it's bringing back.
Let's hear it, Kay.
Okay, so I don't know. Ricky, you grew up in Nassau County, so you might be familiar with this.
Probably.
And I hope listeners, someone else is familiar.
Kavita's
Did you
from
ever
Nassau
have
County.
Fire Safety Week?
Oh yeah.
And you
get to go into
you
like
have
the
to-
fake house.
Yes.
Oh,
And
I went in the fire truck.
Oh no, we
Yeah,
went into the
fire truck.
house. They brought
You
a
have to go
Oh
to
no,
the
they came
truck
to
on
they
the
came
end
to the
of it.
school.
No, they did both.
Yeah.
At my school.
they bring a
over
fake
the
house and you
years-
get to go into the fake house and get out of a fire.
Yeah. Over at Northfield Elementary, they would come to the school. They would do a presentation in the gym about like stop, drop, and roll. They would make you practice and all that
Oh, yeah.
shit. You get to go in the fire truck, and then at night there's a whole thing at the firehouse where there's this truck, Freddie the fire truck, and he would drive around.
Ready the fire truck.
Does anyone remember Freddy the Fire Truck? Did anyone else grow up with Freddy the
I
Fire
did.
Truck?
I
Am
did
I
not have Freddy the
No.
Fire Truck.
I did not either.
Yeah.
It was
I'm kind of jealous.
This memory reminds me of the shields they would give us at the fire night.
Mm-hmm. Frets, I swear to you, that was not what the KOTR championship will look like. It will look a lot better than this.
It'll be a giant picture of Dave.
Yes.
And the gold
Yes.
plates, and the gold plates of me and Ricky.
Yes. Yes. A giant picture of Dave. Yeah.
Juniper bunny side plate.
No, we're not gonna have fucking Juniper. We're not gonna have that damn bunny on my belt. I totally refuse. Dave, I'll accept. Juniper, no way. It's no offense to Juniper. Great bunny, whatever.
They're kind of like a 2-in-1 deal, it seems.
No, Juniper has their own Instagram, so Juniper's their own bunny, I guess. Anywho, here's a better look at this championship because it was really shiny when you saw it. So I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, it's so shiny.
I feel a little better about it with the non-shiny close-up of it.
It looks like something Wonder Woman would wear.
A lot of people have been comparing it to the Butterfly Divas Championship.
No, I mean kind of, but it's more wings. The wings are more full than a butterfly.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's a butterfly, it's a cool looking butterfly.
It's more of a bat-like structure to me, honestly.
Yeah.
But no, it's not the Divas title. And honestly, I don't get why Twitter's so fucking pressed about it. It's not that ugly. It's not a big deal. AEW's belts are worse. Like, get over it.
I
like AEW's world title.
The AEW world title grew on me.
That TNT belt, that women's belt is an atrocity.
Women's belt is horrible. They need
that women's belt looks like it was made in the 70s.
I have a toy belt on my wall, and it's probably bigger than the AEW women's title.
All right, so like I hate how AEW uses celebrities, but past legend wrestlers. But I'll make this one exception. I want a Lunger Blaze to come in, take that title, and put it in the trash.
Dude, a blender, all right? Like a garbage disposal.
Yeah.
A wood chipper, fucking anything.
Anything, please. With that being said, I do prefer the now older version of the IWGP Championship. I just thought it had that pristine to it. Although Mr. Fretz does make a good point. It does look like something that like Optimus Prime would wear. It looks like the Optimus Prime Championship.
Yeah. That too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a belt that didn't need to be changed. It didn't need an update. Everyone was totally fine with the way it looked.
Yeah.
And it had like how long was that belt in commission?
A very long time.
Like that design, I mean, specifically.
Oh, gotta be solid 15, 20, I think.
Freckles, get on that, please.
Yeah.
She's looking up how long the NJPW Championship design was in commission for before they changed it. Because if it was anything over like 10 years, I don't think I should have changed it.
What was cool about it too is that the side plates were the names of the past champions, like the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Ooh. I did not know that.
Yeah, so you always knew who the past champions were.
God, the Japanese are so fucking clean and cool. Like that's such a like that design. It's such a cool, and I bet it looks like super clean. Like the Stanley, does the Stanley Cup do that?
They put the champion. They etched the champions on there. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a very classy thing to do.
Yeah,
I think it's
it.
A great move.
I loved it. It was a very intricate looking title. It was a great looking title that they just kind of took away. So it is what it is.
It looked worth fighting for.
Fretz believes it's been around since at least the 90s, which is
damn.
Yeah,
that's remarkable.
It says.
What do we got, Freckles?
It says that the IWGP Heavyweight Championship was introduced on June 12th, 1987 in the final IWGP tournament.
1987?
But we don't know if it was the same design, though.
It was unified. Hold on, I'm reading more. It was unified with the IWGP Intercontinental Championship on March 4th, 2021 to form the new IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, that's why they did it. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I take it back. A new design is warranted.
Hi, sorry. The championships were represented by 4 different belts from 1987 to 2021. The fourth and last generation belt was introduced in March 2008.
Oh, it's only 2008?
Over 10 years.
Okay.
Over 10 years. I still stand by my statement.
Yeah.
Okay, but if it's I mean I forgot they did this unified 2 belts, so yeah, you need in that case, yes, you have to make a new belt.
Yes, you do. I agree.
I think it's a good looking belt. That's a great picture right there. You're right, Ricky. The less shine really helps.
Yeah, the less shine
It was
really
an
helps.
NXT main event.
Oh man, we're not gonna go to NXT yet. We're gonna go to something that was such an ire for me, SmackDown. And guess what, folks? Daniel Bryan weaseled his way into the main event of
This is bullshit, man.
Yep.
Can I say something?
You have your hand raised.
Please.
You have your hand
Controversially
raised. So yes, Kay, you can say something.
I decided today to binge the entire week of wrestling.
Bad move.
Today. No, it was great, except by the time it was time for AEW, I was emotional and not ready, so I didn't watch it. So I ended with SmackDown, and I knew that Daniel Bryan weaseled his way in, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, or that I wanted him in, or that I wanted him to win. But that motherfucker turned me against Daddy Roman, and I'm like actively wanting Daniel Bryan to win the title at WrestleMania.
Okay, I said it yesterday
Wow.
on the live when we were live tweeting Raw. I'll say it again. You're fired.
Yeah. Dude, I never thought I would say this, but I don't want Daniel Bryan in the main event of WrestleMania.
I don't want him either.
It's weird because he's the baby face.
Yeah, and here's the problem.
However,
What?
like I would have been fine with his idea of Edge and Roman night 1 and then him and whoever night 2. Like I would have been cool with
And
it.
I'm so glad Roman's character was like, "No way, you only have me for one night." I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
great. Because of that, honestly, Kay, that might have been the best option. For multiple reasons. I think the fans would be into it. I think it makes night 1 more interesting.
Sure.
It makes night 2 more interesting. And Roman's just like, no.
Makes you
Yeah.
tune in to want to find out.
But also, here's the thing: Edge destroyed Daniel Bryan. Like Daniel Bryan made his point, and Edge came in and was like, "No, like absolutely not." When he was talking about like, this might be your last WrestleMania. Every time I walk in, and this might be my last match.
Yeah.
You know, he's like,
He's also right.
yeah, he was right. He's like,
No one is wrong.
he was like, I won the Royal Rumble. By the way, the same Royal Rumble you were in, and I beat you. I don't deserve it. And he was like, stop being a little bitch. I was like, wow, you're absolutely correct, Edge. Like, what does this do for the Royal Rumble? Like, this means nothing. Like, the Royal Rumble win means nothing.
Yeah. Edge's return means nothing.
Yeah.
It's not as important as a Daniel Bryan storyline with Roman Reigns they've been sitting on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but that being said, I really enjoy Edge's character. I think
love
he's
it.
doing great work, great promos. I prefer heel Edge, but like he just came back. Let the baby face pop and shine of I love you, stick around for a little bit. Now he's a tweener.
Yeah.
I don't want to boo Edge. I mean, I love booing Edge, but this could have
Not
waited
yet.
until the summer. This would have been a hot summer angle. Edge turning heel.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you could have even made it to like Daniel Bryan interferes on the main event and give him that heel heat or something like that. Or do something wild.
Also fair.
You know, but
It's like Daniel Bryan's not a face in the situation. Daniel Bryan's the asshole.
he's the asshole in the situation. Yeah, he's the absolute asshole.
And Roman's kind of just like, I'm here, bro. What do you want?
Yeah. You know, booing Edge goes against Canadian
Roman
law.
wins.
Yeah, LOL Roman wins. Is what's
Yeah,
going to
for sure.
happen.
No, thank God Roman wins.
Yes.
And who thought I was saying this is his 5th WrestleMania he's main eventing.
Yes. He took a break
Yeah.
for a couple of years, and now he's back in the main event again. Also, we finally don't you dare. Do not dare. This is a Mark's dream right here. Just not Will's dream.
Yeah, it's a Mark's dream with 2 weeks build, please.
It's
This is
gonna
a
work.
I
Nope.
agree the story is trash, and I'm going to
this is a
rewatch the
slap
rest.
in the face.
The
This
story
would be
is
like
trash because Logan Paul's involved.
that,
Yeah.
and like this be like, okay, you want to talk about Mark's dream? This is how bad they're shitting on it. Kay, imagine CM Punk came back in 2 weeks. He's fighting Sami Zayn at WrestleMania with no build and no purpose.
Kay's the wrong
This is what
person
it
to
feels
talk
like.
about because Kay will be all right with that.
No, I'm convulsing. CM Punk deserves so much better.
See,
No.
this match at WrestleMania deserves so much better. 2 week
Good.
build? Are you fucking kidding me?
I just want to see them
That's
jump
an
off. I
insult.
want to see Kevin Owens jump off the pirate ship. You know he wants to.
I don't care. I don't care about this match.
care.
This match shouldn't be happening.
I care.
I just love Sami Zayn. I love this picture of Sami Zayn though.
Yeah.
It's like Santa Claus and Fidel Castro had a baby.
That's a good point. Good point. And all right, so we also got officially Cesaro and Seth Rollins which is oh yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
This is the make Cesaro or bring Cesaro to the main event. Seth Rollins is going to make Cesaro look like a star that we all know he is.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. If you just put Seth's hair on Cesaro's head,
It's the same person.
the picture wouldn't change, dude. It would still be Seth versus Cesaro.
Because I'm staring at the graphic and I'm like, am I just high or are they the same face?
There is like
It's
Thank
the same
God.
face.
if you
Thank
look
you.
at it,
I love it.
there's like not Roman, but there's Drew McIntyre, Seth, Elias, Cesaro a little bit, and they're all like the same person.
How it started versus how it's going.
Exactly.
Seth his midlife crisis and turned into Cesaro. Learned 5 languages, a new hobby.
Yeah, exactly. And then also the big news that finally got confirmed is we are now getting NXT Tuesday because NXT just did a multi-year deal with the USA Network, which I'm going to have to read because that is also pretty interesting because they mentioned some interesting facts and figures about their multi-year partnership, but they are officially going to be moving to Tuesday after WrestleMania, so April 13th is the first episode. So when you break this down, Will, you have Raw on Mondays, NXT on Tuesday, AEW on Wednesday, whatever Impact does on Thursdays, SmackDown on Friday. How much wrestling are you not going to watch, Will?
I'm gonna watch half of it.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna watch Impact, so I'm gonna watch the rest. So that's half.
That's more than that's
and
4 out of 5.
By how I watch wrestling, that's pretty much half. Wrestling's background noise for me. That's just a pay per view, really. So it all boils into half.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when I watch things, it's gonna change. Although it's probably better because I typically watch AEW and NXT on the weekends.
Yeah.
And SmackDown on that Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
But this spaces out a little bit because now I could watch NXT on Thursday or Friday, because it's on Peacock earlier.
Yeah.
And AEW is on Thursday, so I watch it Friday, Saturday, or
Which
Sunday.
also pretty crazy as well.
This is fine for me.
The most recent
I love
episode of NXT from last week is already on Peacock, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
I
it's
watched
the same,
it this morning on Peacock.
It's the same as it was on the network. The network had it on
Like the day after,
within
right?
48 hours.
Okay.
Within 48 hours.
That's good. So let me read to you guys what they mentioned about. This is the press release that came out today. So they said that since launching on the network in September of 2019, because it's been that fucking long, NXT has lifted USA to rank among the top cable entertainment networks in its regular Wednesday time slot. Here's the key sentence here. In 2020, the weekly block average 847,000 total viewers, and its special Tuesday episodes, like we did, I think, on like election night or whatever, leading our primary night. Its special Tuesday,
Super Tuesday.
yeah, Super Tuesday. Its special Tuesday episodes were even stronger, delivering gains of nearly upwards of 30% among the key 18 to 49 and 25 to 54 demographics. I find it very interesting that they slipped that in there about the reason that they moved. So they're saying that they do better on Tuesdays, even though they're doing really good on Wednesdays.
Well, duh. Everyone who watches AEW, 80% of them hate WWE, but they love NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they're gonna watch both. AEW's numbers probably won't shift as. Here's the thing. Whose numbers are gonna go up more, NXT or AEW?
NXT.
NXT's hands down.
Yeah.
Honestly, in terms of growth, I wouldn't be surprised if NXT doubles AEW in new viewers.
I wouldn't be surprised either, at all. So.
And at times, I think AEW is better TV, but NXT is just. It really like WWE is for the think of it this way. WWE is for the common.
Yeah.
Typically, AEW is for the marks. Typically, on average, NXT is the perfect blend.
Yeah.
It's a mark run show by the system.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right?
NXT
it's
is
a
the
perfect
show.
government.
It's the show I look forward to consistently every week. Like today, I watched NXT and NXT UK back to back. Great way to spend like 2 hours.
So,
it was great.
So let's talk about this real quick. We have two people literally barking at each other at the end. It felt like two dogs meeting in a park for the first time. Them just barking at each other.
Oh my God.
Of Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly.
I can't wait.
They're putting it on night 2 for a reason, even though they might censor it later on.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, really, when it comes to this takeover, Thank God this is on night 2, but God damn it, I'm sorry, Karrion Kross. Your title win just doesn't matter anymore.
They're gonna steal the show. They're stealing the show.
Because no matter how
Yeah.
good you do for that match, this match is going to be talked about.
Yeah, it's gonna do more for. It's gonna.
sorry.
It's gonna do more for the brand than anything else.
Yeah, and good. This belongs on night 2.
Yeah.
And this deserves, honestly, this does deserve to be the main event, but you got to crown a new champion, and the title has to be more important than this in this circumstance.
Yeah.
I think so.
And did you see?
Because you can do this. Because you can do this again for a title, then it's a main event.
Very true. Very true. Did you see the after the show footage? Apparently, Cole decked Regal in the face.
Holy shit, he's gonna pay for that.
What do you mean?
Cole decked Regal in the face when cameras got off air. It's on WWE.com.
What the fuck?
He laid him out. And ironically, that's not the best punch this week in wrestling. Moving along.
No.
I'm so excited for Ciampa and Walter, especially when he was like, I want the UK title. Because now,
I can't wait.
Because now he's chasing gold again. And I want this so badly. Walter looks like a star. Someone's got to break this streak. He has like a 700-day streak or something like that.
He beat Pete.
Well, of course he beat Pete Dunne. I'm also very surprised that Ciampa found hair this late in his career. Because has anybody noticed that his hair just grew out of nowhere?
Mm-hmm. Maybe he's just been shaving it this whole time.
Apparently.
And then quarantine probably happened. He's like, fuck it.
You know, and
Dude, he uses keeps, dude. He clearly uses keeps.
Yeah. So, like, if there's anybody to take the title off Walter, it might as well be Ciampa. But I don't know if he's going to win this.
Yeah, I don't see him competing in WWE UK. It's something to make. Yeah, don't take my keys. It's something to have the intrigueness go. Ooh, this is like what if?
Yeah.
It's they added a stipulation for speculation.
Yeah, I love it. I love the what if. Speaking of adding stipulations for speculations, this is the best segment I saw on wrestling TV this week. Because it was nobody had to say a word.
No words needed, baby.
No words needed.
Yeah, NXT was amazing this week. Loved it.
I just thought it was so good. You have Devlin and freaking Escobar in there, like, I'm a champion. No, I'm a champion. And you hear HBK's music, and I was like, what the fuck does HBK want to do going out here? And then I was like, oh, he brought a ladder. Oh my god, this also might steal the show.
Well, here's the thing. I also want this on night 2.
I think it's going to be night 1.
I do as well. Populating with the ladder match, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the thing with this card. I'm looking at the most of these matches. I go, fuck, I hope that's on night 2. Because I'm gonna have to watch night 1 on actual cable, because if I watch night 2 on a network, well,
It'll be
fuck.
cut.
No, I'm gonna know what happens already. They're gonna show highlights, obviously, like or recap it somewhat.
Oh yeah, that's true. You are going to have to watch night 1 live.
I'm definitely going to watch night 1 live, and I won't have time because I'm definitely watching night 2 live.
Yeah.
Because it's on the network. Obviously, there's no commercials.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't watch anything live. But I'm not going to watch night 2 and then watch night 1 when it comes on the network 2 days later.
Yeah.
So I'll watch it live on Hulu.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very excited for this. It's going to be great. It's a Star Maker reform. Let's move over to AEW, and Britt Baker cut the promo of her career.
Did she?
Really?
I thought it was very average.
I didn't hear it. I read it because I read the transcript on AllEliteWrestling.com on their official website because they do transcripts of their events. And from what I read, it was written perfectly.
Maybe it was her delivery then. But I was just like, I heard the hype. Britt Baker steals the show with that amazing. I look at him, it's like, oh, the Marks are just playing her up because they're Marks and they're woke. But I was like, yeah, I thought. It was a good promo. I didn't think it was her best. I thought she's done better promos.
She's good, but they are clearly cementing Britt Baker as the face of the division.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just get her a better title, swear to God. So this is Will's Impact flashback match. You have Frankie Kazarian versus Christian Cage.
I never saw Christian in TNA.
Really, you didn't?
Yeah. No, I started watching in 2009.
Interesting. So what are your thoughts on this match?
I don't care.
Kazarian and Cage?
I don't know the history, and Christian's a mistake.
What? He can outwork everybody.
Sure he can. like signing Christian, sure, I guess, but having Christian
Wrestle.
I think the sign in general I think it's a
You
mistake.
put him on Dark Elevation.
I forgot they signed him, honestly. Until right now.
Were you too busy watching AEW Dark or AEW Dark Elevation? You know their Monday and Tuesday shows.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't even watch the Wednesday shows. half
Like
the time.
when Christian came
Exactly.
out, it's like meh, and now I'm still like meh.
Speaking of that, we have Ms. and Mrs. Part 2, but it's gonna be called Roads to the Top because Cody and Brandy said we're gonna have a TV show.
Is it on TNT?
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
It's called Roads to the it's Road to the Top, I think it's called.
Roads to the top.
Yes,
Wow, I hate
I
it.
can't wait to tell you how much I'm not going to watch this at all. Like
I am.
I
It's gonna be so bad.
It's like, wow, you are just really following WWE's playbook, aren't you? Are we gonna see fucking Jungle Boy and the Marine 8?
yeah, right.
Oh, sorry, the Navy SEAL, the Navy SEAL 1, 2, and 3.
They're gonna come out with their own all-women television show called Total Women or like All Elite.
Complete women. Plus Nyla Rose.
oh my god. Complete women.
What?
Or
I don't like that.
oh my god. Total women. No, it was
Complete women.
complete women. No, it would be you know what it is? Brandy Rhodes is not entertaining to me. Like I feel like she has no character and Cody's Cody.
I want to see the show to see how Cody's gonna be. Like, Brandon's gonna be boring as fuck.
Yeah,
Cody's, I feel like, gonna play it off the camera.
you know what it is?
Brandy's gonna be acting.
Yeah.
Brandy's gonna be acting. You gotta tell her she's acting.
The only way to make this show go over for me is if Dustin Rhodes reprises Goldust.
Oh my god, he's in character
The whole
in
show,
the house.
yeah.
Why it's gonna be like WandaVision but with Goldust?
If you can guarantee Goldust every episode, I'll watch. I'll be your biggest supporter. That's all I want. I want like Camp WWE Goldust. Like that's the Goldust I want.
Yo, they gotta bring Camp WWE back. That show was great.
Yeah.
They definitely will.
They mentioned it in the survey. Like, they ask about like which show have you seen, and then you have to like rank like how frequently you watch them.
Camp WWE was fantastic. Down to more depressing. The Hurt Business is no more.
Wah, wah,
So
wah.
I'm very upset about because it was like they're about to be like a kind of a more African American evolution or something like that, and now they've just broke them up. And what do you do with Shelton and Cedric?
Yeah. What were they doing with them before?
They were tag
I honestly
champs.
think the Hurt. I know exactly what were they doing before. I personally, I think the Hurt Business was an incredibly overrated faction.
I think they
didn't really do anything.
They're sometimes the best part of
Like,
of the show. I mean, it's also a lot because MVP is a
Kind
good
of.
talker.
Yeah, but they also weren't really that. They weren't featured that heavily. You know, they were facing retribution for a while.
They're also featured a lot in
Like-
Raw Underground, which kind of made them big. Like, remember when the Hurt Business like destroyed the Underground?
Oh, that first episode of Underground's gonna be censored because they had dancing women. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
They had complete dancing women.
Wow, R.I.P.
Yeah, I miss the Underground. I miss the Underground
Well-
so much.
Didn't they say like the Mania match, the Hurt Business couldn't be on the
Yeah,
sidelines?
because they screwed up.
What if the breakup is a ruse?
It might be a ruse, or it might be a reason to get Baron Corbin on
Because
TV.
technically, the Hurt. Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I
about?
actually have.
Ooh, that's a great. No, actually, that's a great idea.
Well,
That would be a good swerve, bro.
what?
Yeah,
It's like they're hurt. They're not the Hurt Business anymore. They're down by ringside. Fuck you.
I like it.
It's called
If I-
Heat, bro.
If I'm right, I'm gonna be upset.
You know what I?
2021 Heat. You can't offend
Okay,
anybody.
so here's Steven Bitchard censoring everything. You better have a theme. We do have a theme. Can we play the Right to Censor theme for Frats? There we go.
It's the fire alarm beeping that does
Exactly.
it for me.
Watch, we get a copyright on this episode.
Yes, yeah, right. So as Fred says on the chat over there, down on the bottom left of the screen, this is kind of long-term booking because if we remember, for a very, very short amount of time, Bobby, Baron, and Drew were like a heel team. When they were like
Oh yeah.
And they were like kind of going against Roman or whatever it was. It was like Dogs of something, Dogs of War or something like that.
I forgot
Uh,
all about that.
Yes.
I was like, why is Baron Corbin out
Oh.
here?
This was the dog food
This
era.
was the dog.
Right?
I believe this was dog food era.
Oh
That's gonna be
God.
censored too.
This was a bad time. We don't need to do this again.
But I think
Yeah, the '90s would have been dog shit. Oh, that would have been so much better.
1,000%.
Was it there? It was like it was Dogs of War, Frets. Thank you. I think it was Dogs of War, but I think that's the angle they're going here. So it's like, are they mad at Drew for making it to the top now, or like what's Baron Corbin doing on Raw? I don't know, but it's better than anybody else. Although somebody said it should.
Triple threat match WrestleMania because Baron Corbin
Stop it.
technically cashed in on Bobby Lashley's promise.
People were saying,
No.
although I did like the idea that it was going to be Brock to take out Drew, and then so you get Brock versus Bobby at Mania. Boom, switch. Which would have been interesting. People were joking that say it was going to be Charlotte who's going to show up.
Oh my God.
Take out Drew.
I can't believe that WWE has fucking conditioned me to want Brock Lesnar at Mania because I'm annoyed about it.
Honestly, Brock's not even getting close to this Mania. He was like, "What's the what?"
No, not at all.
No,
Fuck it.
no.
But do we think there's gonna be a super shakeup soon? Like, why is fucking Baron Corbin on Raw?
Because it's the show to show invitational thing that they'll do from time to time.
Oh
like
yeah,
how they-
that's still active.
It's like 4 times a year. So they did one.
Yeah, but like that is still active.
Yes, they haven't taken it away. I mean, they haven't taken away Shane and Braun, obviously, because we're getting them in a cage match at WrestleMania, and this is all because Shane needs to jump off of something, and they probably told Shane
Yeah.
they probably told Shane he can't jump off the pirate ship.
I'm telling you,
Kevin's
this
jumping
is
off
the
the pirate
finish. They're both gonna be on top, and Braun's just gonna throw him off the top of the cage and through a table like he did to Kevin Owens. And Shane's gonna win, and Braun lost because he's stupid. That's the whole point of the story. That's the finish.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But
DraftKings, that's 1 in 100,000, right? And I'll put $100 on it.
yeah, if you do win big on DraftKings on Mania, well, I totally expect you to pull the best Cameron Grimes on the next episode that we
God.
do.
Oh my! Yeah, one more. Yeah, dude, I will be hairy and in my undies, just like Cameron Grimes. You know what? Only I have a vest. I'll only wear a vest.
Only wear a vest. We got to get you a top hat.
Yeah, I
And a
do need a top
monocle.
hat.
Nah, yeah, Monaco would work. Monaco would work. All right, let's wrap this up here. Oh my God, no, please. Yes, to the ire of Kavita. You have to dress up like Cameron Grimes. Maybe we'll do a Halloween special come October, and you have to dress up as Cameron Grimes. Yeah. All right, match of the week.
We should do a night of 1,000 Cameron Grimes where we all dress up in our favorite Cameron Grimes.
Oh, that's rough. Match of the week.
Yeah.
Match of the week. K Murphy, you're up.
My match of the week came from NXT UK this week. It was Ilya Dragunov and Sam Gladwell. They had a no DQ match that was like really vicious and really good. And like, I have not been a huge fan of Dragunov like since he started. His gimmick annoys me, but like he's a really good wrestler. So like, watch it.
Yeah, I mean, he had another high-profile match where he went up against Walter months back.
Yeah, that match was sick.
Which I need to get back on my
Like,
NXT UK.
You can skip most of. Yeah, you can skip most of this week's UK if you really want to, and fast forward about 40 minutes in to watch the main, which is this.
I need to get back on my NXT UK thing, and now maybe I'll have time to do it now that all the shows are spread the fuck out. There you go. NXT UK is on Thursday. You can literally almost have WWE programming every day of the week, except Wednesday. Anywho, Will, you're...
AEW.
That's a WWE programming. Yeah,
Oh,
Will,
okay.
your match of the week.
Oh, what's up? Oh yeah, Walter just smacking Drake Maverick in the chest and pinning him.
You know what's really funny? Drake Maverick
Love
literally had to tweet out after the match, "I'm alive."
That's great. Love
I
it.
love it.
Love it. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
my match of the week also comes from NXT. It's Devlin versus Kushida because this was a technical freaking masterpiece. I'm really upset we're not including Kushida in the cruiserweight thing, but it is what it is. But this is a great match, great rewatchable match too as well. Even though everybody talked about what happened with HBK after the match. Anywho, King of the Night, K Murphy.
My
Look
king
at that
of the
drip.
night, Johnny Drip
I'm
Drip.
John Morrison, and if you're wondering why my hair is so big, it's because it's full of secrets.
Kay, what are those
Yeah.
secrets?
I hope that becomes a TikTok sound.
You make it a TikTok sound,
Love
Kay.
it.
I'll give you the audio file.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. So, all right, we didn't talk about this because we were skimming through a whole bunch of other censorship stuff on the show. What do we think of the music video?
Yes.
I didn't watch it.
William.
I went and did the dishes.
Really?
Jared watched it. Jared watched. He thought it was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's the point.
It's great.
That's the point.
Yeah, he really liked the Miz though. He really liked
like
the
Miz
Miz.
getting socked in the fucking face.
Yeah, we both backed that because we're like, oh, he actually hit him.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, Johnny Drip Drip. Oh, not a great dancer, not a great dresser, but he's really fucking funny, and that's all that matters. Speaking of which, King of the Night went that punch.
Yeah, that funny baby. That honestly, more specifically, the sound he made when he punched him in the neck, like right.
You
in
know
the,
what?
like right in the jaw.
You know
and
what's
the
really
neck.
crazy? Because like it was such a good pop, but I was like, oh, okay, he did a working punch, and like that's what you do in acting. You kind of hit your chest as you hit the other person, and then I watched it again. I was like, oh shit, he really hit him.
No, literally, me and Jared popped like it was fucking Francis Ngannou on Stipe's face, right? Like that's how much we popped. We're like, oh shit! Like he actually, because I didn't think he was gonna actually hit him.
Yeah, but he.
But I mean, good on Miz for taking that punch because that was Miz definitely told him, yo, just actually punch me, sell the angle. And I'm sold. The angle is sold.
Yeah, he lit him out.
Is it bad looking forward to this match the most?
Not really. I kind of.
I'm so excited for this match.
I'm excited for it. I mean, the punch sells it. I mean, if you think about other times wrestlers told celebrities just hit them, Mickey Rourke, with Jericho, HBK with Tyson, which is also kind of crazy. That Tyson was like, yo, dude, just
Mayweather.
The most famous one, Mayweather breaking the Big Show's nose to the point where he was so mad that he had to be stopped by Triple H. Did you ever hear that story?
Yeah, Shane. Yeah, him and Shane had to come out and be like,
They were
yo.
like, stop. You're gonna make us $1 million. Millions of dollars.
Yeah. That's literally how they calmed him down. Which I would have been like, yeah, you're right. Damn, I'm an idiot. I'm an ass. Was that good TV though? I did good.
Yeah, it's absolutely hysterical. My kick of the night goes to Xavier fucking Woods. Well, did you watch this on Hulu Raw or not?
Didn't make the cut.
Didn't make the cut. So
What? It was so good.
I had to text Kay about this. So what happened was before this, they did game night in the rank. They did game night.
Why was that cut?
They did
Hulu
New
Raw?
Day game night where they did charades and they also did Pictionary. And almost wanted none of it, which is really fucking funny.
It was incredible.
But before that, they meet backstage, and so Xavier Woods has that giant notepad, and he's like, how Bugs Bunny would do stuff where he put random stuff on it. So they're doing the pro in the back, and Xavier Woods keeps flipping the notepad, and one says, "Subscribe to my YouTube channel, up, down, down." He talks about that. He talks about like, we miss Big E. He's like, support Big E's foundation. Like, oh. I was like, wow, he really doesn't care about the third party rule, does he? He's just promoting and stuff. And it was the funniest thing in the world. So congrats to Xavier Woods, Mr. Up, Down, Down. Although he did block our Twitter page, which is kind of weird.
We're still
We're
blocked.
definitely still blocked by Xavier Woods. I don't know what...
What did we do?
I don't know. I might have been saying some wild shit one day. It happens to me sometimes.
What the fuck could you have said about the New Day that would have gotten
It
you
wouldn't
blocked?
be the New Day. It would probably be about Xavier Woods and his involvement in the Paige sex scandal. I'm assuming that'll probably do it.
That was probably
Yeah.
it. I would have blocked you too.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Honestly,
That was probably it. We'll never know. We'll never know. But that video will live in infamy.
Yeah.
I saw that in a bar on St. Patrick's.
You watched the wait.
It was on the TV.
No. It was on
I was
my
like, wow,
computer
St.
today.
I know.
St.
Okay, it's
Patty's
exactly
Day is weird, man.
However, at the bar I went to probably wouldn't
like,
play
wow.
because it was
Happy
that.
St. Patrick's Day. Here's a shot in Xavier Woods' dick.
Everybody's Irish, right? oh my God! What an episode!
You can't tell, but the guy filming it's Brad Maddox.
I was like, wait, you can't tell it's Brad Maddox. Oh my God! What a fall from grace! This is Brad Maddox's last hit. His only hit, actually. But... All right, thank you guys for all watching this week. Frets, Kavita, CWF Nation, who got into a war of words. Slack, if he's still here, even though we might have censored him off of this. Oh my God! If I could like ban Slack from the stream like every week, it'd be fucking hysterical. I'm not going to, Slack. Don't get your panties in a bunch. But
You should like ban him.
No censoring here.
But I am thinking about it, Slack. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, is there any other big news that we forgot? Because you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna end the stream and something crazy is gonna happen in wrestling.
We need a segment that's called Predict the News.
I think we should. I think our closing segment
let's
should
do
be
that.
Predict the News. Let's do it right now. All right. So everybody gets one big news thing that they think is going to happen in wrestling this week, and we're going to start.
Like literally within the next
Yeah.
half hour.
9:32.
Fred said, wait, hold. Before we said, Fred said, make me an admin on the YouTube chat and I'll block Fred's. I'll block
Yeah.
Slack's. So consider it done.
Hey, he is part of Wrestle Addict Radio. He technically should be an admin.
Yeah, but we're streaming on the Kings of the Rings right now. All right, so K Murphy, what do you think is going to happen in wrestling this week? What is your big news moment?
1,000% has to do with Kenny Omega because it's always Kenny Omega at this point. Kenny Omega is probably going to. Kenny Omega and Rich Swann are probably going to fly to Japan together, and all three of them. Who's the champion in Japan
Kota
right now? I'm
Ibushi.
really sorry. Kota Ibushi
Ooh, good choice.
versus Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, and Rich Swann in a triple threat with all their titles.
Okay.
Winner take all kind of situation. Since Kenny Omega likes to be everywhere.
Oh, wait. Well, Fretch just broke the news. Nick Aldis just lost the NWA World Title.
Wow, we're really good at this. Hey, we actually made it on time this week.
Yay!
No reason for the rest of the segment. Will, do you know who the new champion is? It's in the chat.
Is it Kenny
No,
King?
Chris Masters. The
What?
Master Lock.
Who is that?
The Master Lock.
What?
Chris
That
Masters.
is literally. You could have said Chris Benoit, and I would have believed you before you said Chris Masters.
Yes. Chris.
You could have told me Johnny Ace won the NWA title, and I would have believed
whoops,
you
my
before
fault.
Chris
I
Masters.
read it wrong. There's a new NWA National Champion, which is like their IC title, and it's Chris Masters. My apologies. Nick Aldis is still the NWA Champion. Don't.
All right, so this segment
Segment
goes on.
Hooray!
Don't kill me, Mickey James.
Someone's gonna die or be really sick.
Name them.
No idea.
Okay. Here's
I don't want to put that much vibes into the universe.
fair.
But I'm thinking Ric Flair.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be, I guess, more reasonable. Andrade signs with. I'm not gonna say AEW because that's the easy way out. Andrade signs with AAA, who has a partnership with AEW. So Andrade shows up on AEW, but he's part of AAA.
I heard, just quick sidebar, I heard he had a $3 million a year contract. with
That's what he
WWE.
said, and apparently Fred's also breaking more news. Guess who's doing the Hall of Fame ceremony?
No.
Masters.
Jerry the King Lawler. That's.
No, that's great. He usually
He does do a
always
good job.
it.
He does do a good job as the host.
He does it every
yes,
year.
He does. He's a great guy. I've met Jerry the King Lawler. He's a great guy. Very nice guy. Lovely guy. Andrade was making apparently $3 million a year, which I would be hard pressed to walk away from that. To be completely honest.
Yeah,
You guys are really unhappy.
I'd take $3 million a year to not be on TV.
And sit in catering. Catering, I heard, is phenomenal.
Yeah, I would literally get paid $3 million to be a fan.
Yeah, to be Charlotte's bag boy.
That's literally
actually
what Andrade
really-
was doing.
That's a great way to look at being underutilized in the
Yeah,
WWE.
being paid $3 million to be a fan. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I mean,
But
good
no one
on
else
good on
really
him
does that.
for the art and the craft being more valuable
Sure.
than money. But I can't say I would. I can't say I would do
I
the
can't
same
say
thing.
either. And he did reveal some juicy stuff about Charlotte, which Charlotte confirmed.
Like what?
So apparently, Charlotte's team made a press release. So what happened was, and I think this might be the reason why Charlotte was taken off the Mania poster. So they obviously continually drug test and blood test the individuals. So WWE revealed to Charlotte that one of her levels were elevated. I don't know exactly what it is because it's not levels I look at as being like a cisgender male. But her levels were elevated, which to indicated that she more than likely was pregnant. And so they suspended her technically because she's pregnant and you can't wrestle when you're pregnant. And so Charlotte went back and did her own home pregnancy test and her own sonogram and all that other stuff. And it revealed that she actually wasn't pregnant, so it was like a false positive. So she, yeah.
Oh.
And so Andrade kind of revealed that and it was kind of lost in translation because he was on like I think a Mexican podcast or Mexican based podcast when he was talking about it. So apparently Charlotte had a quote unquote pregnancy scare and WWE had suspended her for obvious reasons. You don't want her wrestling when she's pregnant, especially at Mania because you know she's gonna flip around. Then it was she went to her own doctors, blah blah blah. She's not pregnant. She technically is medically cleared to return to the ring, COVID and everything. So who knows? Charlotte was backstage on Raw, but Charlotte didn't show up on Raw. So who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, there's two things you don't want to do pregnant. One of them is fight a fighter plane, and the other one's wrestle.
Don't
in
tell
WWE.
Paige's mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it is what it is. All right, so I think that's all our predictions for the week. Let's get the fuck out of here. I really hope Right to Censor isn't the theme going on the way out. What do you got for me?
It's not. This can't get censored. I pulled it off of YouTube. Baby.
Oh wait, this is Drake Maverick's theme, isn't it?
No, this is Chris Jericho's from last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's perfectly fine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you guys for listening to episode 242 of Kings of the Rings podcast, The Right to Censor. We will never censor people here. Ooh, sorry to side slack. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. Find me on Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets. Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like, share, subscribe. Leave us 5-star reviews. Listen to us wherever you listen to all of your favorite podcasts exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio at Addict_Wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio on Facebook and Instagram. I'm not gonna lie, Will, I really do like that original Jericho theme.
It's so catchy. It's so 90s, and I don't know if it's better or worse with lyrics.
Probably.
I haven't decided
worse.
yet. But
I don't want to hear the
my
lyrics.
If you want to hear my lyrics, I'm dropping a mixtape. It's called the American Minutes Podcast live every single Monday where I spit knowledge and bars, baby. We are live on American Minutes YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and maybe a few others if I can get my internet fixed. But I'm Will Tarashuk, K. Murphy, love of my life. We have so much to talk about after we get off air because we interrupted you twice. You're supposed to tell a story. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that happened. Keep your eye out. WrestleMania week, I have a fun thing
Why don't you just
happening,
tell them now?
so keep your
Are you allowed
eyes
to
out.
tell them now?
I don't know if I can.
We'll figure it out.
All right, save it.
We'll save it. We'll table it. But in the meantime, you can find me across all social media at the K Murphy, THEKAE Murphy. And my Animal Crossing island is thriving once more.
Of course
I
it
just
is.
need everyone to know. It is. I have new friends that moved in.
Nice. Isn't it like a drag race thing?
Oh, Ricky, I played this theme because you won't find it on Peacock. It's on WCW, which is censored.
Yes, folks. When we come back next week, we'll be talking about the final week leading up to WrestleMania. It also might be the final week that we're actually going to be on Tuesday nights. Who knows with the brand new schedule? So be sure to tune in next week at 8 p.m. for all of our shenanigans and also maybe some more fresh new merch, which you can find the links to all of that in the description of this below. But until then, folks, this has been Kings of the Rings Podcast, episode 242. Goodbye, good night, and oh yeah, you're fired, Slack. Fuck you.